Hello everyone, welcome to Circuits and Network class. Today we are going to find out how to calculate the parameters or find out the parameters in circuits containing dependent sources. Now there isn't much difference, you have to do it as normal. Now we can just see this particular problem over here. You need to find out the Z and the Y parameters in this particular problem. Now you can just write down the equation for the Z parameter, that is V1 is equal to Z11 I1 plus Z12 I2 and V2 is equal to Z21 I1 plus Z22 I2. Now, if you put I2 equal to 0, you can get Z11. Okay, you are going to put I2 equal to 0. You will get Z11, that is V1 by I1, and you will get Z21, that is V2 by I1. So I will just redraw the circuit over here. Actually, there isn't much difference in the circuit because you are putting a current equal to 0. You are just going to remove the terminals which are present over there. So you have the 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 3V1, 1 ohm, and your V2 current is present over here. You have your I1 current, and this is V1. Okay. Now, I'm going to assume that a loop current of I3 is flowing over here, and this current over here will be the same. That is, you have I1 current itself over here. So you have I1 and you have I3. Okay, so you have your two loop currents. Okay, so that's your two loop currents. Okay, now you can just apply the mesh analysis in both the equations. So you have loop 1, you have V1 minus 2, I1 minus I3 is equal to 0. You can just find out what is I3. I3 equal to, because I3 is an external current that you have marked. It is not there in your original current. So it is always desirable that you want to eliminate the extra values that you are providing. So that will be 2I1 minus V1 whole divided by 2. You can mark this as equation 1 and you can write the loop equation for the second loop. So that will be minus 2 into I3 minus I1 minus I3 minus 3V1 minus I3 is equal to 0. Now you can just start rearranging. So you get minus 2I1 minus 3V1 minus 4I3 is equal to 0. That is 2, 3, 4. Okay. Now you can substitute the value of I3 from this. You can substitute the value of I3 over here. Okay, that is from equation 1. From equation 1 you can substitute the value of I3. So you'll be getting minus 2I1 minus 3V1 minus 4 into 2I1 minus V1 divided by 2. That is equal to 0. So you are going to get minus 2I1 minus 3V1 minus 4I1 plus 2V1 equal to 0. So you'll be getting minus V1 is equal to, okay, I think I have got some calculation mistake over here. It's minus 4. Oh, here it is plus. Okay, so that is plus 2I1, right? So you have minus V1 is equal to, here you have minus 2. If you're taking to the other side, it will be plus 2. So you have V1, okay, I'm sorry. So you have V1 by I1. Okay, again, I'm sorry. Right, I'm really sorry. So V1 by, it seems I cannot write on that side. So I will just erase what I have written over there. Sorry for the inconvenience. It seems writing on that particular side is not possible. Right. So I'll just continue over here. You have V1 by I1 is equal to, you know that V1 by I1 is equal to Z11. That will be equal to minus 2 ohms. Similarly, now you need to find out Z21. That is V2 in terms of I1. Now, you can see over here, this is your voltage V2. How can you write the voltage V2? V2 is equal to resistance into current. So, V2 is equal to I3. And what is I3? I3 you have already got in equation 1. So, I3 you can substitute instead of I3. You can write it as 2I1 minus V1 by 2. Again, there is a term V1 over here. We need V2 and V1, I1 only. You do not need a V1. Now, you can just see over here in this last equation. You can mark it as equation 2. Over here, you have minus V1 is equal to 2I1, or I can say V1 is equal to minus 2I1. So I can substitute the value. right? So I can substitute instead of V1 from 2. So from equation number 2, I am going to substitute instead of V1. So we have 2I1 plus 2I1 divided by 2. So that will be 4I1 by 2, that is equal to 2I1. Or you can say V2 by I1 is equal to 2. And V2 by I1 is equal to Z21. Right? V2 by I1 is equal to Z2. Similarly, you can find out for I1 equal to 0. Okay, I'm not going to solve that particular problem. If you're going to put I1 equal to 0, what will be the equations that you're going to get? If you're putting I1 equal to 0, if you put I1 equal to 0, you'll be getting Z12 and Z22. So Z12 will be V1 by I2 and Z22 will be V2 by I2. If you're drawing the figure, it is similar to the previous case itself. The only difference is that the directions have changed a bit. So I think you can do this particular case, that is the second case, on your own. Here you are having V2, this is I2, I1 is equal to 0 over here. Here you are having V1, this is your 2 ohm, 1 ohm, 3V1 and this is your 1 ohm. Okay, and here you can see you already have the current I2. Here you can see there is, you can assume a loop current of I4. And you can write down the loop equations. First you can write down, you can take this as your first loop and this as your second loop. You can solve for both of the loops. You can do it similarly as the previous case itself. It is very simple, similar to the very previous case. If you have understood the previous case, you can do it. Now, one thing that you have to note is that whatever you got in mode in the first case, that is when you took I2 equal to 0, you might have got some equations, equation 1 and equation 2. You cannot use these equations in I1 equal to 0. Okay, you should not substitute from the previous mode. Okay, whatever equations you got in the previous mode, you cannot use it over here. You have to use the equations which you are getting over here only. Okay, that is always the mistakes which everyone makes commonly. Okay, so you have to write the loop equations again and you have to do it from the beginning. Okay, so I will just write down what are the final answers that you are going to get. You have already obtained Z11. You will be getting Z12 as -1. Then you will get Z21 is equal to 2 and Z22 you will be getting it as 3 by 2. So this is your final answer. Now the next case you need to find out the Y parameters. Now you have already found out the Z parameters. So you can just substitute these values in your Z parameter equation. This is your Z parameter, right? So you can just substitute the values. V1 is equal to -2I1 minus I2 and V2 is equal to 2I1 plus 3 by 2 I2. Now using these equations you need to find out the Y parameters. So I will just give this as equation 1 and this as equation 2. And how will you do the solving? Okay. Now what is the equation for the Y parameter? I'll just write down the Y parameters equation over here. I1 is equal to Y11 V1 plus Y12 V2. I2 is equal to Y21 V1 plus Y22 V2. So if you can write the Z parameter equation in this form, you can get the Y parameters. You can see over here there is I1, I2, V1, V2. Here also there is I1, V1, I2, V2. See, all the parameters are there. You just have to rearrange it. So from equation 1, what I am going to do is that I am going to take the value which is having a coefficient 1. That is easier to solve always. From equation 1, I will write I2 is equal to, I will take it to the other side. So you have I2 is equal to minus 2 I1 minus V1. I will give this as an equation A. Now you can substitute equation A in the second equation. That is, here you are having an I2. So instead of this I2, you are going to substitute this value. So you have V2 is equal to 2I1 plus 3 by 2 into minus 2I1 minus V1. Now you can do the rearrangements. V2, you need, what do you need? You need I1 equal to, right? Here you are having an I1. So you need I1 equal to, I'm just going to expand it. 2I1 plus, sorry, minus 6. I'll just take the eraser. Okay, so that is 2i1 minus 6i1 minus 3 by 2 v1. Okay, now you can just solve over here. You'll be getting v2 is equal to minus 3i1 minus 3 by 2 v1. I will take i1 to the other side. So you have 3i1 is equal to minus 3 by 2 v1 minus v2. And i1 is equal to minus 3 by 2 into 1 by 3 v1 minus 1 by 3 v2. So you have minus v1 by 2 minus v2 by 3. Okay. So I think there is some calculation mistake that I have done maybe. Okay, I think there is minus 3 by 2 v1 minus v2. Okay, so I think there is a small, oh yes, I got the calculation. There was a small calculation error. Okay, over here 3 by 2 into minus 2, it is actually 3 over here, and I wrote it as 6. So that is my mistake. Okay, so over here you will be having some corrections. Okay, now I'll just take my pen and do the corrections over here. Okay, so it was a mistake on my part. Here 2 and 2 is getting cancelled. So here you're having minus 3. So here you're having minus 3. Oh, sorry, that is 2 minus 3 will give you minus 1. Okay, 2 minus 3 will give you minus 1. So this will be minus 1. You have minus 1 over here. Right. So your answer is complete in this step itself. So you have minus 3 by 2 v1 minus v2. Okay, so you got the equation for I1, that is minus 3 by 2 v1 minus v2. Now you can compare this equation of y parameter and the equation which you got over here. You have I1 is there over here. Then you have v1 is there over here. Then you have v2 is there over here also. So what do you have to do? You have to compare the coefficients. Take the coefficient of v1. Here the coefficient of v1 is y11. So you have y11 is equal to minus 3 by 2. What is the coefficient of v2? y12. So here you have the coefficient as minus 1. Now again you need to do some other rearrangements also and find out an equation for I2 equal to. Now you can just see your equation 1 is I2 equal to. So I will just write down equation A. I2 is equal to minus 2I1 minus V1. Okay, this is your equation A. I have just rewritten the equation A, and you can see that from equation 1 we have written equation A. So now you cannot use the equation 1. You have to use the equation 2 and find out what is I2 equal to. Okay, or you can use this equation which you have got. If you want, you can use this equation also, the equation which you got over here. Okay, the equation which you got over here is I1 is equal to minus 3 by 2 V1 minus V2. So I think it is easier to use the equation which you got over here. Okay, so we can use the equation which we got over here. So what is the equation that you got over here? You can just name it as an equation B. You are going to substitute B in A. You can substitute B in A. What is B? It is minus 2 into minus 3 by 2 V1 minus V2, and here you have minus V1. Now you can just solve. So that will be 3 V1 plus 2 V2 minus V1. That will be 2 V1 plus 2 V2. What's your second equation for the y parameter? It is I2 is equal to y21 V1 plus y22 V2. You can just compare these two equations and you will get y21 is equal to 2 and y22 is equal to 2. It is a simple comparison of the particular coefficients. You have to write the units also. Did I write the units? No. Here also you have to write the units. It is mho. Okay, so this is how you find out. If you have to find out two parameters in a particular problem, this is how you will find it out. Okay, you can just do some rearrangements and you have to get it in the form that is required. Okay, simple rearrangements are only needed over here. We can do one more problem based on dependent sources. You can just see over here, this is another problem based on the dependent sources. Okay, if you're writing down, you need to find out the transmission parameters. Transmission parameters are also called the ABCD parameters. So that is V1 is equal to AV2 minus BI2 and V2 is equal to CV2 minus DI2. So in the first case, you can put I2 equal to 0. Now, you can see over here when I2 is equal to 0, this complete terminal is being not active. It's not in the active position, but V2 is present between these terminals. Okay, so I'm not redrawing the circuit over here. Okay, I'm not going to redraw the circuit over here. The reason is that because V2 is there and because there is a voltage source over here, you need to consider that source also if you need to find out V2. Now first, before we go into such details, okay, if there is a voltage source, you should never eliminate it. Okay, so what we can do over here is that I'll just take the pen. Okay, now you can just find out which are the equations that you need. You have A is equal to V1 by V2 and sorry, I think right, A is equal to V1 by V2 and C is equal to, oh, I'm sorry, I have written V2 over here. It is actually I1. It is not V2, it is I1. You can take the pen. Over here it is I1. So C will be equal to I1 by V2. Now, how can you write V1 in terms of V2? That is, first you need to find out A. Okay, first you need to find out the parameter A, or you can find out the parameter C. Whichever you feel is easier, you can find out that particular parameter. Okay, so what I am going to do is that I know there is no current flowing over here. Why? Because this particular terminal, it is open circuited. So that is why there is no current over here, and I feel it is easier to write the loop equation over here. And the current flowing over here is I1. Okay, I hope it is clear. There is no current. I2 is 0. Okay, so I2 is 0, so there is no current over here. So there is only one loop over here. Only one loop is there, and you can write the loop equation. What will be the loop equation? V1 minus I1 minus 4I1 is equal to 0. And from this you will get V1 is equal to 5I1. Okay, you can mark this as your equation 1. Okay, you can mark this as your equation 1. Now, what will be the voltage V2? V1 and I1, you don't need any relation with V1 and I1. All the relation should be either in terms of I1 and V2 or V1 and V2. You don't want anything between V1 and I1, but you got it. So you save the relationship. Whatever you got, you mark it as an equation. Now, what will be the voltage V2? What will be the voltage V2? You assume a loop over here, but there is no current. Okay, you are assuming a loop, but there is no current. Okay, you just try and write down the equation. Okay, I have taken the loop in this direction. So you have plus V2, V2. Then there is a voltage source, right? There is a voltage source and from minus to plus. So it is plus 3I1, plus 3I1. Will you consider this resistor? No, because no current is flowing through the resistor. The drop is 0. Then you have 4. What is the current flowing through the 4 ohms? It is I1, right? And the polarity is like this. So it is minus. You have to take the minus sign. Why I took the minus sign? Because I know the current I1 is flowing like this. The polarity across the 4 ohm will be plus and minus. So you have to take consider the polarities. So you are going downwards. It will be from plus to minus. So it is minus 4I1 is equal to 0. So what will you get? V2 is equal to I1. Now you already have an equation 1. You need v2 in terms of I1. I will give this an equation number also. Now you need C, right? C is I1 and V2. So here you can see I1 and V2 is there. So what will be I1 by V2? That is equal to C, that is equal to 1 mole. Now using the first and second equation, using 1 and 2, what will you get? Using 1 and 2, you can substitute 2 in 1, right? You need V1 in terms of V2. So you're going to substitute V1 is equal to 5V2. So that will be V1 by V2 is equal to, what is V1 by V2? It is A. That is equal to 5. It is unitless. Why? Because both are voltages. So you have found out A and C. And next you need to find out B and D. Okay, next you need to find out B and D. To find out B and D, you need to put V2 equal to 0. You are going to put V2 equal to 0. When you put V2 equal to 0, what does it mean? It means you are short circuiting the port 2. You are going to short circuit the port 2. Here you have 4 ohm, 2 ohm, 3 I1, and here you are having the 1 ohm. Here you have the current I1. This is your current I2. Okay. So I1 is like this. I2 is like this. And here you are having V1. Again, all you have to do is use the loop equations, do some rearrangements, and you will get the answer. So I will just write down the loop equation and you can solve it on your own and find out the answer. If you are applying the loop equation for loop 1, you will get V1 minus I1 minus 4 into, what is the current over here? It is I1 plus I2. Both the currents are flowing through the same direction in the 4. So it will be 4 into I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. So you can just rearrange it. You will get V1 minus 5I1 minus 4I2 equal to 0. Similarly, you can write the loop 2 equation also. If you are writing the loop 2 equation, what will you get? You can just write it down. It is 3I1 minus 2I2 minus 4 into I1 plus I2 is equal to 0. Again, you can just solve it. 3I1 minus 2I2 minus 4I1 minus 4I2 equal to 0. You can just solve it. You will get 3I1. Sorry, that is minus I1. Sorry. So you will get minus I1 minus 6I2 equal to 0. And what are the parameters that you need to find? You need to find B. What is B equal to? V1 by I2. Sorry, minus V1 by I2. Here there is a minus sign, right? Minus V1 by I2. And you need to find D. D is equal to minus I1 by I2. So here you can see that you got a relationship between I1 and I2. You can solve and you will get the value of D. So I will just write down the value of D directly, that is minus 6. Please do not forget that in D there is a minus in the formula itself. Now if you substitute the value from here, we can give this as equation 3. If you substitute the value from 3 into loop 1, you will get the value of B also. Okay, so you can just do the substitution and you will get the value of B. The value of B is 26. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you always feel free to contact in the chat box or the comment box. Okay, yeah, if you have any doubts, you can contact me. Okay, so thank you everyone. I hope the class was useful. In the next class, we can try and find out the conditions for symmetry and reciprocity of certain parameters. Not all the parameters. We can study these symmetry and reciprocity of 2 to 3 parameters. Okay, thank you for watching the video. Stay tuned for more videos.